Boy, oh boy, these views don't ever get old. That is gorgeous. We need a campsite. To find a good campsite, you gotta earn it. Just remember, Jason, that every step you make is a new record. We are gonna crank these miles out Miyagi style, not backcountry pilgrim style. The Lower Michigan Triple Crown. All right, here we are at the Manistee River Loop, and I gotta say, the parking areas are packed. I don't recommend coming on a weekend if you can avoid it. Our original plans were to be here on a weekday, but it just so happened to work out for us to be here on a Saturday night because we wanted to finish this with this loop, knowing that it's gonna be the best loop. But that means we gotta contend with tons and tons of cars. I mean, they're everywhere you look. The Red Bridge parking lot down the road is full, but I did talk to a couple of guys exiting the trail that said they did see some open sites. So we're gonna take our chances going on the Manistee side because I wanna hit that side while the sun's out and it's beautiful, because tomorrow's gonna be very cloudy and there's water on this side. So here we go. These views don't ever get old. We're gonna be seeing lots of these in the next few miles. Looks like it's about canoe and kayak season down there. I've seen several of them. A little chilly for me, but I will be doing that this summer for sure. Awfully windy up here. Some of the hills are no joke here, folks. Do you agree?
Oh gosh.
So the hills aren't too bad here on the Manistee River Trail, but there definitely are some hills. I had forgotten that it had any hills at all. I kept thinking it was completely flat, but boy, was I wrong. Here in the next half hour, we're gonna be starting to look really hard for a campsite, and hopefully we can find something down by the water. Very pretty area. Walking by lots of stellar sites right now. You can see they got a nice fire going. Beautiful spot right on the river. But we're up high right now. The Manistee is over that way, but we're getting ready to drop back down near the river here in just a few minutes, right next to some of my favorite sites in the whole place. That is gorgeous. Got about an hour of sunlight left, and we were hoping to go down and camp. Right there you can see a set of tents. And then on beyond those tents to the right is a grass peninsula where me and the Colonel went camping on our kayak trip. But it's a quarter-mile walk to get down there. We're hoping we can find something up ahead when we drop back down to the river. I remember that being a pretty fun section of the river. It's moving good.
Yeah.
We need a campsite. Hopefully we can find one down there. Well, it is just about 7:30. We got less than an hour of daylight, but we are ready for camp. So we're getting ready to drop back down the river here. Hopefully we can find something really soon. So we were just having a little discussion about how I wanted to take on a challenge of finding a campsite, and it's probably a fault of mine because it's the same thing I do on all my kayak trips with the old Colonel. In about half an hour, we're gonna be in desperation mode. Colonel, there's our favorite site right there. There's the one we wanted, but it was taken the last time we went by. That is the site that I stayed on my very first trip here. It's a beauty. Onward we go. Just remember, Jason, that every step you make is a new record. A new personal best.
That last hill was a killer.
Yes, it was. Well, we are here at this iconic overlook on the Manistee River. There's a place we could camp here, but it's a dry camp because we're so far up off the water, probably 80 feet. Well, we just passed up a site. We could have made it work, but it was a little dark, a little buggy, and a little lumpy for tents. So we're pushing on. We're coming up on 8 o'clock here. We've got at least a half mile before we drop back down to the river. We're about 80 foot above it up on this bluff. To find a good campsite, you got to earn it. That's what Jason said.
You know it.
We might be getting close to a potential campsite here at 8:15. We finally see something up here just ahead about 100 yards that might work. It's a little grassy peninsula right out along the water with a sandy bluff on the other side. Check this out. So we're gonna go see if we can make something work right there. I remember kayaking by this and seeing that sandy bluff. That's pretty cool. Hopefully this will work because we are at 27 or 28.
I forget.
Yeah, we're like 28 miles for the day. Just about 27 and a half for the day.
27 for sure.
Yeah, we're getting worn out. It's time. And I think this is gonna work. I see a trail down to the water. I like it.
And there's a fire pit.
Nice. There's a fire.
We found it.
There's a fire pit. This is our spot, guys. This is it. We might not have a fire. Well, yeah, we will because I see deadfall everywhere right here. Let's go. I'm getting excited. This is 100% our campsite tonight. Exactly what we were looking for. So there's upriver towards the Hodenpyle Dam. Beautiful sandy bluff. And the sun has just went below the treetops about 10 minutes ago. Plenty of daylight to set up camp and get a fire started. What do you think, Jason? You pretty happy with this?
Yes.
This is the one.
This is the one. We earned it.
I think we can get a good snoring buffer zone in here. All right, this is my site for tonight, right on the riverbank. And when I say right on the riverbank, I mean right on the riverbank. My stake's on a last chunk of dirt ready to fall off the edge. Now, if you're wondering why my tent looks all crazy and crooked, it's because I have a trekking pole that broke today, and that's all the longer I can make it. So it works. I mean, my tent's leaning kind of funky, and it's really low on that side, but it works. I may whittle a stick to put in this place. And a nice 70-foot buffer zone for Jason snoring tonight. Feels good to have that fire going. It's going to be getting dark here real soon. Looking forward to a good night's sleep. We ended up coming up the Manistee Trail about 7.5 miles, so going to have a pretty easy day tomorrow. I think we'll get out here by noon. All right, we're going to go gather some more firewood, maybe cook a little dinner, and we'll get back with you one more time before we hit the sack. We got a really nice fire going. Got a decent stack of firewood there to last for maybe an hour before we turn in. I got my duplex fixed with one of the pieces of firewood we found in the woods. I found one just the right length. Actually, it might be a little high. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me get some more light on it. Yeah, you can see it's peaked up pretty high there on the right, but it's a lot better than it was. It was really lean and it looked terrible, and I had hardly any headroom. All right, time to rehydrate some food. Getting ready to have a Justin Sylvester special. Good morning. You're on camera. Oh. Going through our morning routine, get some coffee in us and hit the trail. How'd you sleep last night, Jason?
Not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
It was probably the nicest night of them all, just because the temperature was not below freezing.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was nice to have a mild night and a mild morning. It's definitely in the low 50s, I'm guessing. Very pleasant. Back on the trail for our final 14 miles. to complete the Lower Michigan Triple Crown. I woke up feeling great. Pretty sure Jason did too. And we are gonna crank these miles out Miyagi style, not backcountry pilgrim style. Everybody knows this section of the MRT. Entering the NCT. Feels good to be on a new trail that I have never seen before. The NCT side of the Manistee River Trail. We have about 9, 10, probably 10 or 11 miles left to get back to the vehicles and wrap up this Lower Michigan Triple Crown. This is a very pretty section of the NCT. Lots of soft pine duff to walk on. Beautiful pine trees. Really looking forward to experiencing this side of the Manistee River. So I'm not sure how long the great views on the NCT side are going to last, because I've always heard that, you know, you're off the river quite a ways. But this is a beautiful view right here. Take a look at this. A little overcast today, but it's getting warm. Feels like it's in the 60s already. We are officially on the NCT proper. To the north, to the south. Let's go. We're here at Eddington Creek, one of the very few water sources along the NCT side. This is well, maybe a mile and a half, I think, from the suspension bridge crossing. So we're definitely cameling up a little bit just in case we don't have another good water source for the next 8 miles. Maybe 9. All right, so we're standing right above where we just were filtering water at Eddington Creek. And if you're wondering about camping options, we've seen maybe 3 campsites around this switchback that brought us up to here along the way. So not a lot, but there's definitely some options there if you're wanting to camp near that water source at Eddington. Okay, I need to amend what I said earlier. There are plenty of campsites along Eddington Creek. There's probably 3 down there in those hemlocks or whatever those are, right along the creek. We're about a half mile past Eddington Creek bridge crossing, and the creek's still right down there. That there is a beautiful sight right there. If you can see it in the middle of your screen amongst these tall, skinny pines. That's a pretty nice sight. It is a little bit of a walk, maybe 20 foot down the bank to the creek though. Well, it looks like we might not make it back to the trailhead without getting rained on. It's coming down pretty good right now. Not sure if you can hear it out there in the forest, so just wanted to turn this on one more time before I put it away in my pack. They're calling for thunderstorms here in about an hour and a half, so we might get caught in it. Well, what do you know? The rain stopped and the sun is out again for our final 2 miles down to the Red Bridge trailhead. Alrighty, folks, we're getting ready to pop off the trail here in a few moments down here at the Red Bridge parking area and conclude our Triple Crown, Lower Michigan Triple Crown Challenge. Had a great time hiking these 3 trails with Jason Kelly. Thanks for coming along, Jason.
It was awesome. Thanks for bringing me.
Absolutely. Had a great time with Bob from Up Trail 71 on the Fife Lake Loop yesterday. If you are seeking out a challenge in the Lower Peninsula, I would highly recommend these 3 loops. If you're a beginner backpacker, it's a great way to challenge yourself. If you're an experienced backpacker, they're probably going to be a breeze, but it's still a good way to get some miles in and prepare yourself for even greater challenges. A special thanks to Mark Postma, Mark Goes Hiking YouTube channel. He's the one that came up with this Triple Crown, Lower Michigan Triple Crown idea. You can go check out his channel to see more details about each one of these loops and how you also can take on the challenge of the Lower Michigan Triple Crown. I will leave his channel link down in the description box, and feel free to leave me some comments and questions that you might have on the Triple Crown. The end is in sight. All right, congratulations, Jason. You're a Lower Michigan Triple Crowner. Woohoo!
Same to you, man. Good
Thank
times.
you. Crossing the Red Bridge. We are parked right up there. And right up there is the beginning of the Manistee River Trail. Alrighty, that's gonna wrap it up, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Jason Wish, wishing you a great time on your next adventure.